know he's around because he chatted with
He already
Sherry
posted. He
this
already answered
morning.
a post this morning. Yeah. Okay. Well, we might as well get started. I can't see if he's sitting and waiting or not because I didn't sign in to see.
So Holly and Tanya are in the background, and actually, I'll add Holly to the stage. And Luke is missing, so it's just Tanya in
Okay.
the background right now. Oh, and Lisa's missing, but she's
Yeah,
away too.
Lisa's
Is
fine.
Lisa away? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, Linda, I'm going to let you take on this meeting because we talked about that we were going to talk about our promotion in November. So just to give a backstory, so at the beginning of the year, like everyone was trying to give us money last year, and so we decided rather than us scrambling to try and figure out promotions, we would build in some promotions on our non-supplier of the months, which was July, November, December, and I think there was client appreciation, May or April, I can't remember. Anyway, so we decided that we would allow them to buy slots or campaigns. So Linda came up with two different campaigns. One was a blog, one was video.
Yeah, so one was a blog and then a video. So
Yeah.
the video was supposed to tie into the blog. The
Okay.
other
And then the
one,
other one was
meta ads
right.
and a non-exclusive e-news.
Okay. So what we determined was we tested it for the first time in July, and we determined that the blog and the video was a lot of work, and we didn't get any results from it. So what we want to do is go back to the suppliers and say we have a different type of promotion. So ultimately, I know it's Black Friday month, but we still have to come up with something. Um, they've already committed to paying us this money. This is how we can afford to run ads. And so we just want to go back to them and say, hey, that wasn't successful, but we're going to do this instead. I'm sure they're all still going to be like, yep, that's fine, go ahead. Because we're being proactive and not, we tried it, didn't work, trying something else. So that's where we're at. That's the context to why we're having this conversation. Okay, so Linda, you can take it over. I'm going to turn off here but I will be listening because I just have some work to get done.
I'll be listening. So, and further to what Tina said, the other point to running the promotion is we're already doing like ads and a dedicated e-news, so those are off the table because we sold that separately, so it doesn't leave us a whole lot of options. The other part of it is from the BDM's perspective, they're looking for something that is going to raise awareness and drive sales, which is tricky, right? So they don't have any more money to give us as far as like, oh, we're going to do $100 on bird credit, or we're going to give away this. Like, they don't, they're paying for the promotion. They're not going to do like extra onboard credits or give us more money to do something else. If they do, that might be something they come to us, later on and say like, hey, you want to run a credit during this month? Sandra does that sometimes, but generally, like, those are off the table for us. So, like, we have kind of walked through this. I just want to give you some back reference of, like, the things that tend to drive the traffic, right? So, that's not really going to be on the table for us. And, yeah, so let me sorry, I'm going to share my screen. So we met as a marketing team. Oops. To talk about what we could do, because it has to be interesting for both our suppliers to want to be on board and you know, for our clients to get engaged with us. So what we came up with was a countdown event, basically. So if you've ever watched, um, the shopping network, like they do it great. They have these showstopper deals, and like we recognize we're not the shopping channel, but kind of looking at that concept, like, the big retailers will have these, like, today only, like, or, coming this week only, like trying to build some urgency into their promotions. So what we wanted to do was create a live Black Friday cruise deal countdown event. So we wanted it to be high energy. We wanted it to be a shopping event per se. We're not saying that, like, we're going to be saying, like, call now, book with your agent. Like, that's not the idea of it. The idea of it is to be like getting people thinking about shopping for a cruise for the holidays, for Black Friday, because all these great deals are coming up. So basically what we want to do is probably the Monday prior to Black Friday. We're obviously not going to do it on Black Friday. We want to go live on Facebook every hour throughout the day, showcasing the best Black Friday cruise deals and offers. Perfect for gifting sailings, like each, BDM could spotlight 2 or 3 sailings. They're supplier spotlight, so like why sail with you, and then talking obviously about what they have coming up for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then we're going to add some vacations for Canadian swag for bookings made within 48 hours of the event. So again, we don't have money to throw at it, but we can do some swag. So what we're asking from the BDMs is we would like them or their representative to join us for a quick 20-minute segment, might be 20 to 30. We haven't quite determined that yet. Share their best Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotions, highlight 1 to 3 curated sailings that make great holiday gifts, and talk about what makes your line shine, especially for 2025-26 travelers. So each hour is going to feel like a little product drop if we were talking, retail, with, creating buzz. We're going to do an email, we're going to do Facebook, Instagram, and then have a landing page as well for all the deals where people can go back later. So the idea why to participate is high visibility with our engaged luxury and mainstream cruise audience, real-time interaction and sales leads during your spotlight, show off your best offers in a dynamic retail style format, featured promotion in our Black Friday dedicated campaign page, featured in our Black Friday cruise deals blog post, and featured in a dedicated Black Friday live e-news with segment schedule. So event details, Monday before Black Friday, the format would be Facebook Live via StreamYard. They'd get assigned a time ahead of time. And then the extras is we're encouraging our viewers to connect with our agents, if they see something they like or to find out more. And then we're going to do the flash giveaways. So that was the gist of it. The idea was not to have necessarily all of our agents on the line standing by, like book now. Like it isn't a telethon. It's a way to engage our clients, get all of those Black Friday promotions out there, talk about the cruise lines, and hopefully drive some sales. We're open to feedback, but we have to come up with something. So like if you're all like, we hate this, we think it's terrible, then we need some ideas, because we have literally, like, as a team of marketers, kind of racked our brains around what we can do that's going to check all the boxes. So I'll open the floor for anybody to discuss. And obviously Sherry and Holly were part of this discussion, and it was a team effort to kind of put this together, so they can speak to this as well. It's not just me, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And Kayla, I'm going to take you off screen because I see Luke has joined, and we just want to make sure he can give feedback as well.
So just looking at the calendar, the Monday before Black Friday, if that's the target date, is the 24th of November. A lot of the suppliers for their Black Friday promotions, it's usually a month long, or it's at least a couple of weeks long. So even if we aim for a 24th of November, you're literally giving like 5 days worth of longevity on this before it's dead in the water, unless it carries on through December. So whatever promotions they're going to try to offer could be something that's already been running for 2 weeks, and we're only catching it with 5 or 6 days left in that promotion, which is why usually Black Friday is a month, and we are busy for the whole month of November because those promotional offers tend to run for the duration of November and even sometimes into December. But even if we go the Monday before, it's not any less busy on the 24th than it is on the 28th of November, as far as us from a sales perspective on how busy we're going to be and how much our availability is going to be impacted from a sales side of things.
Okay, well, we're not married to the Monday before. I mean, obviously, if you're saying like a lot of these promotions start earlier, then we can look at doing something early in November instead of closer to the date. Like that was just us going like, yeah, okay, we don't want to do it on Black Friday, but we want it to tie into Black Friday. So like if there's a start time or a date that works better, we're certainly open to like moving it up.
And
Like
do they all have
recognize
to be in the same day, or can we spread out the suppliers so that they all get some sort of focus on them, as opposed to 20 minutes out of one day where it's like that could vanish on Facebook and be buried in other posts, and they don't get that, prominence on our page that day. Whereas if we kind of spread them out, everybody gets a more focused attention on theirs, and then they see a little bit more of the value of them getting the focus on that day, because then we can, the lead up, the build up, we can say on this day we're going to focus on Royal Caribbean and have a segment from Mitch, and on this day we're going to do a focus on celebrity and we're going to have a presentation from Sandra. So tune in, like, and then that one, each one gets a little bit more individuality you on their day, as opposed to everybody getting slotted into one day, because then one can be diminished by another.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing for that one. Spread it out, one per day. That makes a lot more sense. I agree with you, Matt. The other factor is the promotions change during the month. The celebrity, you had it one promotion for 1 week, and another week a different promotion, and the promotion is actually built up. There's no saying that this year's going to be the same as last year, but that's what it was last year. It changed over time.
Yeah, and
the best one was the week after. It was after Cyber Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Royal was the same, where it was like offer extended, new offer extended, new offer extended. That is going to be up to like the BDMs to basically determine how they would want to promote what they have. I mean, there's unless we can think of another type of promotion, but I'm just not sure what that would be. I mean, we could spread it out. It becomes a little more labor intensive, as far as like from the marketing perspective, is that we have to do a live every day instead of focusing one day on it.
But these could be pre-recorded, could they not? And then you just have to slot them in for each day. Because even if you wanted to do the 24th, and we go the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, and they each get their own segment, but they're over the course of that 1 week. And as we've seen from history before, the richest offers tend to be on that last week. And they should know by then what that rich offer is going to be, so that they can feature that richest promotional offer during that last week. And maybe we kind of, finish off the Black Friday month on a big high.
Yeah, and last year, didn't they extend the promotions even into the first week of December?
Well, that's Cyber Monday, right? Usually is
Yeah.
like the first Monday,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah, that's
But
what
they
some of
ran
those
it
deals
Cyber
are
Week,
some of the
right?
yeah. But some of those deals, if I remember correctly, were almost identical to the ones from Black Friday.
Yeah,
They just kept extending them. Not all of them, but some of them, anyways.
the celebrity did.
Yeah.
So if we look at that, it means that we would pre-record, so then we could do it really anytime as long as they know their offers. But it does mean we won't get that audience engagement, right, of people seeing it live. It'll just get posted as a video, which I'm not sure whether that has the same impact or not. Definitely try it. We tried afraid to fail. Um, they'd need to
But
be
can we not use
pre-recorded, and I mean the
sorry, could we not use like the cruise chat as kind of like a beta test, that when we do lives for the cruise chats, we only get so many people that tune in live, even though we advertise it in advance. However, the people who watch it recorded after the fact, because it doesn't time out with their work schedules or what have you, we get a lot more views on our cruise chats after we've gone live, as opposed to during that slated time slot. And I would imagine, especially if we were trying to put them all in one day, somebody's getting the day shift when everybody's at work anyways, so they're missing it regardless. So you're not going to get the viewership live that you're hoping for, whereas a pre-recorded time slot that's at a optimal window of time is going to get a lot more eyeballs on it.
That makes sense.
yeah. Um, I'm just trying to think about how to position this from like a marketing aspect. I mean, that one's a little easier to the BDMs, but it's just basically we're selling them a pre-recorded video, and then putting their offers on a blog, because the promotion, like we're not going to do ads for every single day, right? Like the idea behind having it all in one day was kind of like driving people to tune in on this day. This is when everything's going to happen, and it's easier to market like from ads and things like that. So we can change the scope. It would mean that we probably wouldn't do any paid ads, because there's not enough, like the money that we get from them to do this isn't enough to run ads individually for each of them, and we're already running meta ads for their offers, if that makes sense. So there wouldn't be an advertising push behind it. We would have to kind of organically get people excited about watching for these pre-recorded videos. I'm not sure that it would have the same impact. We could do it and maybe just reposition the offer to the BDMs that, we'll do this pre-recorded video and it'll live on our YouTube and it'll live on, Facebook for 30 days. And they get rid of stuff.
Well, could the ads
Yeah.
not be more focused around this is a week blitz of Monday is this cruise line, Tuesday is that cruise line, Wednesday is the next one? Like, could it not be focused on that, so that whatever one people might be interested in, it's like tune in on Thursday because this is when the best deals are going to be unveiled, and it's Tuesday at whatever o'clock we decide, and then people would kind of get excited for it and wait for it. I think an all day, I can't imagine as a consumer being able to watch all day what's going on live. I mean, people just, I don't think they have the interest in it, to be honest. I think they might be scrolling past and be like, oh, cool, but then they've got stuff to do. And I think it's going to be watching it later anyways.
And maybe I can add to that a little bit. And I don't mean this in a negative way or in in the wrong
we could.
format.
I'm just not.
Oh, sorry, go
Sorry, go ahead, Luke.
Is that
I was just going to say
are we overthinking
You
this
go.
just a little bit in the sense that people know that there's Black Friday sales that go on either a couple of weeks before, during Black Friday, after Black Friday, and maybe if we approached it in a more simpler format, that providing them the deals, providing them the sales, providing them the promotions in a more simplified way where they don't have to watch videos for whatever it may be. And maybe we can use daily videos, whatever I mean. But what I'm trying to get at is if we take a step back and make it a little more simple for people to be able to find what they need to find more easily than being bombarded by a whole bunch of posts that sometimes get overtaken to the fact that you have to scroll forever to try to find what promotion you think you saw yesterday. So I'm just trying to say maybe simpler might be actually better. I don't know. Just my 2 cents.
So
well, I think, sorry, Linda. I think Linda answered
okay.
that with putting all those deals on a special page. So we can link to that page. Nobody has to look, right? There'll be a page on the website with every Black Friday live deal. So she's sort of making it on many levels, right? Go to Facebook and watch, or you didn't go to Facebook and watch, go to this page. And as the deals land, they're all going to be there. So nobody would have to watch everything. And is every consumer interested in every cruise line, right? Probably not. They're just going to tune in for the one they want. And the plan was to promote it ahead. So if you're a Royal Caribbean, you would know that at 11 o'clock, I want to go check out that page for 2 minutes and see what's happening at Royal Caribbean. Because don't forget, consumers are totally tuned into Black Friday shopping already. It's not a new concept. We're just trying to jump onto that.
My point.
Yeah, the other thing I would say is that, like, again, this is a paid promotion. So all of the Black Friday offers are going to be out there as posts, the same as we did last year, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be promoting them organically. There's going to be paid ads through the other promotion that we're doing with a non-exclusive e-news that'll feature like one of their Black Friday offers, whichever one it is that gets promoted. So this is the other piece of the puzzle that we have to figure out is like, we're not doing a blog and we're not trying to create a video out of thin air, which is what we did for Christmas in July. And it, you know, in concept, it sounded like a really good idea, but in execution, it was not as great. Partially because it's hard to get the information, and partially just because it didn't work well. Like, sounded good, didn't work well. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea of pre-recording something. I don't see us doing necessarily paid ads for those. I just think that it's a hard message, right? To like come in, you know, make sure you tune in for a pre-recorded video. I'm not sure. Like, join us live is a different message, right? Like, oh, cool, I can ask questions if I have them. It's interactive. It might be interesting. But generally, I'm not sure how that would work. It might be, and the dollar amounts are really small. So everybody would have to be promoted together, right? Like, we're not charging people a fortune for this. It's not a big promotion. It was just kind of like, here's what, you know, the range of money that we get for supplier of the month. And so we'll try and get a bunch of partners on board to get something close to that so we can do a little bit of advertising and have something interesting happening so we don't lose momentum. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to a pre-recorded video. It can get, you know, we could get it on our YouTube and have it be a playlist. I mean, it is time sensitive. Those can get embedded into a blog. you know, we can obviously promote it organically. Like, it just, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe people are just as excited about pre-recorded videos, but I think part of like even watching the live one that happened was that there was live interaction, right? So even when you were watching post event, somebody was asking those questions from our audience that maybe you wanted the answer to. And again, I'm open to this. We want it to be easy for everyone and we want it to be successful. If we feel like, you know, pre-recorded is the way to go and they each, you know, we sell 5 and they each get 1 day of the week, we can put something together. I mean, ultimately it's, you know, it's to promote Black Friday. So we're not like, from an agent perspective, the only thing that we're asking for you is that you're available to help people. Like, you don't have to be on it. As far as, you know, the video goes, live or otherwise. So I don't know.
So in the
Marketing
original
team.
concept, when you were going to do 20-minute slots and you were going to do them all in one day, and the responsibility or the onus was not on the sales members at all, how was this divvied up as far as availability for marketing to host these 20-minute segments? Were all of you going to be on every single one of these over the course of the one day? Or was it Linda takes celebrity and goes live for 20 minutes with celebrity, and then Sherry's going to do 20 minutes live with Royal Caribbean, and then Holly's going to do a live for 20 minutes with Holland America, and we were going to...
I think Matt's way ahead of us.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the difference in the... Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, the difference in the workload in doing it all in one day over doing it over the course of the week. That if you do it over the course of the week, if you're set on the live, there's no difference workload wise in the live over the course of a week if you're only having one person host. Now, if you were all going to be online and you were all doing the hosting, then yes, then it means that all of you are working over the course of 1 week doing these segments individually each day. But if one of you is hosting, then the workload is the same, whether you do them all on a Monday or we do one on a Monday, one on a Tuesday, one on a Wednesday. The workload from that perspective remains the same. We're just spreading it out and giving each person their own day. And as far as like the preamble workup, I would use the post with Tina's emoji on there about this Royal Caribbean deal has generated a lot of interest without us saying anything. And you could do the same for these cruise lines to say that on Tuesday we have celebrity with a big feature from them, and nothing else is said, which generates that curiosity and gives you a good build up to their day.
Right. So the Tina thing is actually a paid ad in addition to the organic one. Just so you know, we are putting money behind that as well. It wasn't just all organic. And on a cool note for that, we've actually had 450 people sign up to get the exclusive e-news of like what's coming up. So, you know, that's awesome for us. And of those, sorry, I'm just checking the numbers here. The last I looked, 2/3 of them were new to us. Like they weren't already subscribed to something that we had. So we're getting new clients, which is great. I mean, we can certainly do that. The difference is that most of these offers are going to go out to everybody. You know what I mean? Like the, sorry, I got to add Tina back in. Where is she? There we go. You know, this promotion, a lot of this is exclusive to us and some select other Canadian agencies, where most Black Friday stuff is going to be open to everybody. And depending on when it's done, other people may already be promoting it. Again,
I have an idea. Can I share my idea?
Yes.
Why don't we let the BDMs come on live for 20 minutes?
Every day?
Everyone who pays their fee, they get 20 minutes on their date of choice.
And it's not hosted.
Yeah, well, like I'll be on with them. Or one of us will be on with them.
So that's basically what the original plan was, except spreading it out instead of doing it in one day.
Yep.
So original plan, not in one day, date of your choice.
And the BDMs are on it.
Yeah, that was the idea of the original one. Was
I didn't. Okay,
BDM.
sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. So I would only say quickly that what Matt said is exactly the point. If it's one day, that one promotion has the opportunity to get lots of people interested. 400 people signed up. If we do a promotion for each cruise line over many days, those interested people are going to be divided. The eyes will be divided. So it sort of makes the point that we were trying to get everybody,
Right.
hey, Black Friday.
People won't care about other cruise lines. If they're not interested in Princess, they're not going to. But I would say we could still do mini teasers. How many people are signed up for November?
What? Oh,
what's the
sorry.
How many?
I have to go look at my marketing sheet. It's 4 or 5.
Okay. We could even extend it out now that it's not, if the work's not on us, if literally it reduces our workload to like next to nothing. All we have to do is a teaser ad, and then one of us has to jump online with the BDM. We could extend it out. We could even do 8 and do 2 a week.
Well, that is the question, right? Is it going to be over the course of the month? And then if you're at the beginning of the month and you can't reveal your end of the month, is everybody going to want to take end of the month, or?
Yeah, I would let them pick the date, because there's going to be, it fluctuates. Some of them will have a month-long deal. Some of them will be Friday to Monday every weekend. So I wouldn't overthink this. I would just say, here's what we're doing. When you know what your sales are, let's negotiate a date. Okay.
I'm just trying to, if 3 people are like, we have to kind of give them parameters, or everybody's going to be like, yeah, I want to be on Black Friday. Do we want everybody on Black Friday? Is that I'm using it as an example, but if the majority of people are clustered in 2 days.
Okay, well, let's cross that bridge when we get there, because we don't know that's going to happen. We're just forecasting that might happen, and it might spread out. If I'm Royal Caribbean, I might not want to be clustered in with everybody. I might want to do it at the beginning of the month.
I think they'll want to do it at the beginning of the month.
The idea is that they will.
They might, yeah.
It's hard to say, because Royal, their offers got better, right? Closer to the end of the month, and then they got extended and everything else, and it's hard to say.
And Celebrity, they typically their sales run for months and months, and it doesn't change. The only thing that might change is OBC. So we asked Sandra, put your OBC at the beginning of the month or something. I think we're overthinking it. I think let's just get the generic, what we're going to do. And we won't know. This is all going to have to be put together in the end of October, because they won't know their sales at this point.
So they're going to get one, is it 20-minute, 30-minute live on Facebook?
Yeah, I think 20 is lots of time.
Yeah, I think short and snappy, Linda.
Okay, so one.
Yeah, and part of my brain, Tina, was going to the pre-recorded only because we're going to be on the Excel with Sandra in November.
Okay, so we can pre-record, absolutely, if they know what their sales are.
That's mid-November, so they will know their November month by mid-November.
But usually Mitch will know at the end of October what his sales for the November are, so then we'd have to just jump on. But we're actually leaving, I'm down here from October 20th right through to November something.
Right. So, and Rick and Luke are both on Royal Caribbean ships in the month of November. So we have
I'm on Princess,
agents.
and I'm on Celebrity.
I mean, we have some pretty good coverage across some of the major suppliers where it doesn't have to be the sole focus of the 20 minutes, but I mean, it'll certainly be some good filler.
Yeah, like maybe that's how we plan it out is, do it when Rick and I are on the Wonder, do it when I'm on the Star Princess, do it when I'm on the, Celebrities all in October. No, I'm on the Excel in November too. So there's three of them.
We're on Excel.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I think it's cool that you could join live from there, but I think we're giving them the option, right, of when to choose.
Yeah, but we can say like they'll want me on the ship when we do it. I can guarantee you, if you say to them, you can have any week, but Tina's on the ship this week, is that when you want to do it? They'll all say yes.
Okay, but then are the agents going to host the chat if they're on the ship, or is it going to be you and then the agents are just going to join live from the ship?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, Matt was just saying like Rick's on a ship, he's on a ship, you're on a ship, Luke's on a ship. So if the BDMs are like, oh yeah, we want to do it with the person who's on the ship, that means the agents have to commit to doing this while they're on their trip, right? And that's not originally wasn't.
It doesn't matter. I'm on every one of those ships, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
If they don't want to do it, I'm on there. So I've got coverage on Princess, Celebrity, and Royal.
And Sandra's with us on the Excel.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, actually, Katina's on there. Katina is on it. So I mean,
we can bring Katina. We can bring Alan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like there's opportunity for some really cool stuff for some lines, and we just play it by ear based on when their Black Friday deal is able to be revealed, right, Linda? Mm-hmm. So it's Black Friday month?
It always is. They literally start the sucker in October.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they're going to get sorry, I just want to reiterate this because I want to make sure I'm clear on what we're putting together. So they get a 20-minute live on Facebook that'll be done through StreamYard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that we can stream to other platforms and that it saves on YouTube, so we can do that. They have the option, if they don't want to go live, to pre-record and pick their day they want that to go up.
Mm-hmm. Within our parameters, like we can't have everybody on the same date.
Well, I mean, we can decide how many per day, and it could be maximum 2 per day, first come, first serve.
I don't think if I was a cruise line, I'd want to be on the same date as somebody else. So.
And then those videos will get added to a playlist on YouTube because they'll live stream to there, and we'll do, I don't know about a blog. Like originally I would think a blog, but then a blog
it's harder when they're spread out.
Yeah, well, yes, and with videos, right? So
do another non-dedicated e-news.
Yeah, it won't go out until the last one runs,
right,
so that's
right.
the problem, right?
Yeah.
Like that was the problem with the blog, is like the first one got 4 weeks of blog coverage and the last one got 1 week, right, of promotion. Technically, I mean, they're still up there, so they have longevity, but like those don't, the only thing is the YouTube playlist. I mean, we can re-share that obviously, but if the majority of them, if somebody does it on the 2nd and the last one doesn't do it till the 24th, then you don't really have a complete package to share that is
can we
equitable
do a teaser ad
selling.
And include that in the package?
A teaser ad to like
the video.
Tune in during the month of November.
Yeah, to the live video.
I mean, I guess when they're all slotted, we could do something. It's a little, I mean, Yeah, we can do something.
Or you could just do one big teaser ad, and then they sign up for the email, and then we email the links.
I'll have to think.
And we could have like a dedicated newsletter at the beginning that has the schedule of all the dates of which ones are coming out on which date.
Yeah, I'll have to think on that. Because we have to also block it in with everything else we've committed to, right? Without like killing our database. Okay. All right. Well, we will go back to the drawing board with that and sort it out and get that going.
Okay, awesome. Linda, was there other stuff that you wanted to talk about?
Just a reminder, if you're looking for marketing assistance from Sherry or Holly, other than like asking them to grab a photo for you or grab a logo or, you know, something that's in their day-to-day, like obviously Holly, you know, for admin, you know, update certain stuff, those kind of asks, normal day-to-day stuff. But if you're looking for them to do something specific for you, a project or, you know, graphic work or anything else, that needs to come through me because we have a bunch of work. Everybody has a pretty full plate on the marketing team and we need to schedule it in. So it's not as easy as just like shooting Sherry or Holly a message and saying, hey, can you do this for me? It needs to go through me and then I can assign it to one of them and add it to their priority list where it fits. And if it's super time sensitive, you know, obviously just let me know that and we can see, you know, what we can move around. But basically, you shouldn't just be going straight to them saying like, hey, can you create graphics for me for this? I want to do some promotions or whatever. It's supposed to, whoops, sorry, remove. It's supposed to go through me so that we can make sure that we're using our time effectively. And for the most part, when you send it to them, they come to me anyway. So it just makes it easier. And sometimes I might assign it to, you know, Sherry instead of Holly or Holly instead of Sherry, depending on who's available and what their workload looks like. So I'm going to switch back over to Kayla. Sorry, Holly, I just kicked you off. Other than that, we have those teaser ads running. The e-news is going out tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with the offers. We don't have the terms and conditions yet, but they can't book until the 18th. So I sent you all the spreadsheet. Everybody got that? And the information that we have is all on that spreadsheet. Once we have all the terms and conditions, we'll send it out the way we usually do with offers. But right now, what you see in that spreadsheet is what we've been given by Royal.
And the nice thing actually is that it's all combinable. All the exclusive stuff is combinable, even with Cruise Next, according to Mitch. We haven't seen the T&Cs, but that's what he told me.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good offer. So we have 450.
I want to add on those Cruise Nexts. So we're going to have a spreadsheet. Linda's going to send out a spreadsheet, but literally don't add your client's name to it until they pay. So that's how we're going to secure them. Whoever pays for them first. So we're sending that email out to over 400 people. Plus it's going to be on social. So first come, first serve.
Yeah, so the schedule for the promotion is that Wednesday, the e-news is going to go out. So that's going to go out just to the people who signed up. So that kind of ties into that, like, be the first to know. And then we're not posting to social media that day. It's specifically just for the people who signed up for the e-news. And then on Thursday, Tina is... no, on Friday, sorry. So they have 2 days where It's just going to be the people who signed up, who got that information. On Friday, Tina's going to announce the offers from the Star and what's running. And then we're going to post, and there'll be a landing page with all the offers included as well. But all that is going to happen after Tina's announcement on Friday the 15th. So we're not publicly sharing this on our social until the 15th. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, Kayla, do you have anything to add?
Just a quick update with the cruise group sheet. We heard from Princess that our group space no longer includes Princess Plus, which was listed in the perks previously. So we have removed the perks and updated the pricing to accurately reflect just what the group space entails. You are still able to add like +2 offer code. But just so you know, there's that update on the website. We do have some new Celebrity and Holland group space, but we're having a little issue with the tool that parses our contracts and kind of helps with the automation of pre-populating that sheet. So we'll hopefully have that fixed soon. That's really it on my end. It's all things accounting right now.
We're working on your end stuff. And please, if you guys get a chance, go into that MVRK spreadsheet that I started yesterday and give me, I think you guys can add comments in there. If you want, I can open it up to editing status, but don't delete anything. If I open it up, we'll find out if you guys can comment in there. If you can't, I'll open it up and then make sure that you highlight or whatever any suggestions so that I know what's changed from when I did it. And as far as the household preferences, I took it as a bigger broad stroke. I know Rick had worked on it. It was very focused on cruising, which I'd like to make it more about everything. But I do think that there's more than we need in there. So I'm looking to delete some stuff. So you guys can give me your suggestions on what you want to delete or what you want to change. Rick, can't hear you.
Sorry, did you send that just back to me or did you send it to everybody?
Oh, the email that I sent out the link to the sheet. Hold on. I'll send it again. Oh, and Kayla, before I forget, can you email out that princess thing for anyone who's not listening or not here?
For the
I don't want it to come back later that we didn't tell you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely
Someone's gonna get on the ship and go, I have no drinks.
Yep, I'll definitely do that today.
Kayla, did the price go down by the same amount of the value of the plus, or do we lose something there?
No, I don't think it went down the cost of adding the perks, but it did go down, $1,000 in most cases. But
you know what's crazy is we have a signed contract with them. I don't get how they can do this. I really don't. The prices are higher now. If we go in and add plus to it, the prices are higher, and they did it to every group.
So that's just for bookings going forward, though, right? That's not anything that's already been booked.
Right. Yeah, as long as you got that GXA code on there, you're fine.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Kayla, when did that start?
Let me just double check. Sorry.
It wasn't that long ago. I started wondering what the heck was going on with the groups a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you may want to pull your princess groups for princess bookings for the last couple of weeks and double check.
Well, we would have seen a price reduction if we did, right?
Well, it would have been a price difference from the website, yeah.
Changes before July 22nd.
Okay, so, oh wow, that's almost 3 weeks.
So if they booked before, they would receive the old Princess Plus and Premier. Anyone booked after it doesn't look like they'd be included.
But that's only group space, right?
Right. If it was an FIT, it was likely plus right on the front page as soon as you go in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anybody have anything else they want to share? Any wins? Nothing?
Nope.
So we had something interesting. We ran a report out of Cruise Complete. We've had 52 bookings in Cruise Complete, which I thought was, I mean, some of them were Luke. Luke has done a handful of them directly, but most of them were done by clients. So that was pretty cool. You know, we do pay a pretty hefty price for Cruise Complete. But I have talked to many clients who use that tool before they reach out to us. So I do think it's worth having, even if people aren't ready to, you know, they're a little trigger shy to complete it in Cruise Complete. Maybe once we get it prettier, they'll want to use it. Right now it's not really, it's kind of clunky. I don't really like the layout of it, but we'll get there.
So a question on that. So if I go through the TLN Cruise Complete and I do bookings from there, is that equal to somebody logging into our tool on our Facebook, on our website?
Mm-hmm.
So they're tied together, right? So okay,
Yep.
okay,
They're the exact same program.
okay, perfect.
Yep. Anything else? Okay, I don't think I have anything. I think that was just a lot of royal stuff going on these days, and
And
so
Azamara tonight.
Right, yeah.
Oh, it's tonight. Oops, that's right.
Mm-hmm. And I think Linda said that we're down to 3 left of the $100.
Yep, last I checked, we were down to 3.
So that's great. Because I know we made a lot of bookings last month too. Okay, awesome.
Right. And September is Disney month. Still trying to get Jason to commit to his dates.
Sherry, did you see that Disney's probably pulling out of Australia? So keep your eye on that to find out where it goes. They usually discount pricing when they don't have 2 years to sell a ship and they only have 1 year to sell a ship. Usually the prices are better.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They've been giving away Australia for a while to agents.
And they're coming to Japan. I would love to do that on Disney. Okay. All right. Well, let's close it off because we got a lot of work to do. All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.